This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Exception with talent, yeah, I think that does stick with you for quite a while, and takes an awful lot before people will look at you otherwise. Mike McCord was never. Yeah, it's another interesting case study because I'm going to get hate mail on this one, but Mike McCord, Austin Idol. Mike McCord was a name in the South and a name in New York City. Worked with Pedro in the Garden and things like that. Good hand, decent. All of a sudden, after Mike left and had the plane accident with Gary Hart and one where Bobby Shane lost his life, and Buddy Colt was injured as well, but Mike reinvented himself completely as Austin Idol. But outside of Alabama and Tennessee, Idol never got over anywhere else. And I asked, a long time ago, to Vince, I'm going back many, many years, because I was thinking of, and this is in the late 80s.
Right.
Okay. I was like, hey, man, what about Austin Idol? He goes, yeah, barely got over as Mike McCord. No interest. And it was in some ways the stink of Mike McCord that they didn't want to take a chance on Austin Idol. And, look, man, good for him. He was huge in Tennessee and Alabama.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't think he's shedding any tears.
No, worked out just fine.
Yeah. So,
but I'm just always been fascinated by how some guys get a second chance. Look at Kane, right?
Yeah.
Kane comes in as the evil dentist, and then he's the fake Diesel, and then ultimately he
wasn't fake Diesel. He was Diesel.
You know what I mean? Come on,
he was Diesel.
The idea being, it took a few.
He was a Christmas tree in Memphis.
He was. But, even Stone Cold, he was the ringmaster, for y'all. And then, ta-da, here's Stone Cold. And The Rock needed a fresh paint of coat once upon a time, too. And I've always been fascinated by, and I think that's not necessary. Some people listening to this would say, well, that's not fair. But that happens in sports, too. Like, sure. Every form of entertainment. Garth Brooks, one of the biggest musical acts country music ever had, maybe and then he tries something that wasn't country music, and fans they didn't want it. Sort of like Kiss with no makeup, right?
Yeah, Kiss with no makeup isn't Kiss.
Right.
It's four guys that are kind of ugly, man. I mean, you look at the members of Kiss. They're pretty fucking ugly.
I don't know about all that.
They are. They're ugly. But you put makeup on them,
they look cool.
They're rock stars.
So Gridiron Gang, starring The Rock, and The Marine, starring John Cena, are both going to be promoted throughout the show. Is this really the era where you feel like the movie division of WWE started to become a major priority?
I think that in the case of The Marine, yes.
Gridiron Gang's just cross-promotion.
Yeah, that was, again, you got one of your major stars starring, yes. So that was something for Rock. But The Marine was something different. That was something that we had produced with our studio. And it was, even then, it was looked at kind of as a franchise film.
Well, to this day, I think it's probably the best WWE movie. Would you agree? I mean, if you don't count No Holds Barred, which clearly is the greatest wrestling movie ever.
Yeah. No, I like The Condemned. Condemned to me was my favorite.
Okay.
And I never understood why. It was a great premise.
Movie. Yeah.
And it was a good story, just because I like that kind of shit. As I go back to Gilligan's Island, when the guy came on the island that wanted to hunt Gilligan. Same thing.
You like that?
Yeah, I like that.
WWE made a pitch to Bob Sapp, but nothing has resulted from those talks. What do you remember about Bob Sapp? At the time, huge star in Japan, had crossed over from MMA and done some questionable MMA where maybe it wasn't all the way on the up and up, but he became a pop culture icon, doing mainstream commercials and appearances and things like that. Mm-hmm. There had to be interest in Bob Sapp.
I brought Bob in 2 times for tryouts to come in and talk to him, long before 2006.
Why didn't it ever work out?
Because Bob had other offers. He had Japan that was willing to pay him a lot more money up front than we were. We wanted him to learn the business. We wanted him to train. We wanted to see a commitment from him. Bob wanted money. Bob wanted fast money.
Eventually, he was, shall we say, exposed, and it wasn't the same. Had it gone another way, do you think he could have been presented like...
I think Bob could have been a huge fucking star.
Yeah.
I really do. If Bob had come into the business before and never gone to Japan and done all that bullshit shoot fighting, I think Bob could have been one of the biggest stars of the business.
So Vince and Shane discuss how Shane wasn't the legal man at SummerSlam and the pin shouldn't count. And right after that, Randy Orton cuts a promo talking about how he really beat Hulk Hogan. And since Flair's a bigger legend than Hulk anyway, he's going to beat him tonight. Hogan's gone. That was his last match in WWE. Was there ever any discussion, as far as you know, about one more match with Hogan after that?
I think there's always discussions with Hulk about one more match after the last one. And sometimes, especially, when it would come to Hulkster and things of that nature, that you needed a little break. Sometimes everybody just needs a little break and need a little respite, if you will.
Carlito's going to interrupt Orton, and they're about to begin a program.
Hey, folks, he has notes over here. When I try to look over at his notes, he turns the computer away from me so I can't look at his notes.
You've had these notes for weeks. Well, you've been here for days, not coming downstairs, just sleeping all day like Esmeralda up there. I thought you were climbing off the front balcony by your hair at this point because you need a damn haircut. You'd like a hippie. I'm going to get you one set up Saturday at 4.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Janine in
shout out to Janine
in Monroe.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.